What's up? You back here at Words Ablaze. In this video, we're gonna go over the latest news of this week. First up, T-Mobile decides they're gonna launch a 5G network in the US within 3 years. And this is not any new news that we heard AT&T last year saying they was running trials, and Verizon also said they was running trial, but T-Mobile said they'll have it plans. They plan to roll out a 5G network in the United States starting in 2019 with a target of 2020 for full nationwide coverage. It's going to be a 600 megahertz low band spectrum to deliver the 5G from coast to coast, and they're saying they're going to expect to have the first phones with compatible with the 600 megahertz spectrum to be released this year. Okay, that's good news. You know, it's gonna be faster. It all depends on what the coverage look like, and if it's, if it holds up, because you already don't get those speeds out. It's just gonna depend on where you at, and if you got good T-Mobile service. Like anything, that's how I think it's still gonna be. But that's good news. Go and put it out there. Let everybody know that you're working on it. Good news. And this was by Mac Rumors. Next up, the iPhone. They working on facial recognition. These right here is the little blueprints or diagrams or whatever of what the sensors is gonna be looking for when they looking at you. This right here is from 9 to 5 Mac, but it was reported by an NYC grad student who works on the inside. He talked about the new iPhones or whatever, and how this year is more security, so nothing won't get out. Said it was like that with the iPhone 7, but this year it was added extra on there. They said nobody could have anything that was metal. They went through metal detectors. They went through all that. Even only the managers, the senior manager, could have phones, and they were subject to being checked to make sure it wasn't no pictures of them. They weren't stealing anything or anything like that. He also saying that anybody who worked on the production line, they had little knowledge of what the full phone would be like. So they only know, like, the assembly line, you putting your part on, you only know what that part gonna be like. You don't know what the final product gonna be like. So this is good. I think this is good. Everybody know the essay that's already out. People got a love-hate relationship with the Irish standard because it's new technology or whatever, but everybody's looking for that next big thing. I think this is good, especially for the iPhone. Next up, Microsoft had a big event today. It was an education event where they announced some new products, new laptop. You see this new laptop right here, Surface laptop. I call it a MacBook competitor too. They had the event in New York City. Okay, with this Surface laptop, it's like a MacBook Air. You want to call it a MacBook or a MacBook Air. It only has a couple ports on it, but we're gonna get into that. Okay, they're coming with a new variation of Windows. It's called Windows 10 S. It's kind of, stripped down, kind of like a Chromebook feeling version of Windows, where you can't, add any software to it. It's just straight up for security. You can't add anything to it, or you can't. It's not a full running desktop. They said they did it like that for security performance, and so it'll have easy configuration for the students, and it'll have fast boot times like a Chromebook. And what you do, you can download apps from the Microsoft Store. So that's something new. They announced some Chromebook-like devices right here. You see, it says starting at $189. Those are most of them are all touch. From what I've seen, they're all touch, and they look like just Chromebooks from last year or the year before. And a lot of them have Windows support. But this right here was the one that I just stole to show. It's the Microsoft Surface laptop. Pre-order started today, and you'll get them by June 15th. The base price is $999. It's targeted for college students and those who somebody who would look for a MacBook to take the class every day. People who use Windows, they got some that they can look at. You could say they could look at the Surface Pro, but this is a more, I guess, classic design. Say the battery is promising 14 and a half hours. That's a long time. The MacBooks now, they promise at least 8. You're gonna get, it's always a little bit less of what they promise. It comes with a single port USB-A, a SD card reader, and a mini display port. It's 13.5 display with 3:2 aspect ratio. It has backlit keyboards. It runs on a Intel 7th Gen Core i5 or Core i7 processor. It starts with 4 gigs of RAM and it weighs in at 2.76 pounds. You can max it out at 16 RAM and 512 gigabytes of solid state drive. It comes in 4 colors. You got the burgundy right here, the platinum, the cobalt blue, and the graphite gold. I think this is it's a good alternative. It can be. Well, we have to see how it works, being that it's a new operating system, but it looks good. Look at the engineering and the craftsmanship of this. It looks good. Kind of look like we're gonna have a comparison of a MacBook, because what else you gonna compare it to? But yeah, if I had a choice, I would get the cobalt blue one though. That looks nice. It's gonna be in Microsoft stores on June 15th. So for those interested and you want to know what it look like, and you got a Microsoft store, you can go on June 15th and look and see what they look like. But yeah, I think I don't know, Microsoft might be on to something. It's gonna be hit or miss with older user or people who look for something new. I guess they trying to hit that little niche with it. And the last news of the day, Apple is supposed to be working on a Siri speaker. That's what they call it, a Siri speaker. It's supposed to compete with the Amazon Echo. Okay, according to KGI, this speaker is supposed to be out in June at WWDC. It has excellent sound with 7 tweeters, a subwoofer, and will be positioned as a more premium product than the Echo with a higher price tag to match. It says it has more than a 50% chance of announcing this speaker in June. Everybody's wanting, building up, completing that Apple ecosystem. Okay, it will come with the chip that's in the iPhone 6 or 6S. So it might have a little extra features in there. That say it was the AI market is coming too big for Apple to ignore. That the Echo is on par to outsell the iPad next year. So is the market is coming too big. Amazon Echo is really, like, I guess, taking over, in that market. And I guess Apple see that they kind of missing out, or they got a lot of users are using the Amazon Echo, because why would they get a Google Home when they in the Apple ecosystem? And a lot of people order off Amazon and all that stuff, so they might be a year or two late. But what can you beat when you gotta complete your Apple ecosystem, have everything working together? It's supposed to have the Apple W1 chip in it, so it's gonna pair without hesitation, and it'll sync to it's gonna sync to the iTunes and all that stuff. Okay, then they was also made by the same people who made the AirPods. So the same people manufactured by EventTech, the same company that Apple tasked with producing the AirPods. So that's all the news we have for this week. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you leave any comments down below. Peace.